Hey folks, welcome back. It has been a hot minute. I am so happy to be here and back doing the live stream thing. I've missed interacting with all you folks over on Discord. It's awesome doing the audio live chat with Rick Zapata yesterday. Awesome thing. I love interacting with you folks, kind of in this real time format. And if you're watching this as a playback, hey, thanks a lot. It certainly helps with the YouTubey thing. By the way, YouTube, oh boy, do they punish you for not being consistent. I will tell you that right now. Anywho, my name is Dan. This is Tweet FPV. Thank you all for joining me on this Sunday morning, where I'm at. Stream from 10 till noon. Then I'll hand it off to Joshua Bardwell. Not that he knows that I'm doing this, but hey, he'll complete your YouTube FPV trilogy for the morning. You've got me, you've got JB, then you've got the one and only Aaron Ciotti FPV, sponsored GemFan pilot. That's a pretty big accomplishment. Anyways, welcome to the live chat. Rob Logan, as always, you are the first person in the room way before the stream starts. Thank you so much, my friend. Always good to see you here. Rick Zapata, again, if you guys don't have, if you're not part of Rick Zapata's Discord, you really need to do that. Rick, please drop a link to your Discord in there if you can. Robbie, how are you doing this morning? I can't remember what the time difference is, but I know it's probably a lot. And I ate the last 3 squares of chocolate that you sent me. Oh my God, that stuff was so good. Thank you so much. Pretty sure my wife ate 90% of it. But she was really happy, so it was worth it. Mike N, listening from the garage. That reminds me. There we go. Painting. I hate painting. I'm good at it, but I hate it. Good at cutting in. The rest of it makes me bored. Brandon Baked Beans needs 2S toothpick batteries. These new 600 milliamp packs, same weight and size as the 450s, but are spelled with upgrade. Put a post up there. Big controversy. Last week, Mr. Steele flew the very much acclaimed the Rosser AOS5 frame. That's this bad boy right here. And he had a lot of not so great things to say about it. Some of it's valid, some of it's just personal preference. Also, you know, you've got your own brand to protect. Well, I mean, not that it's his own brand, but it's his own frame made by somebody else. So what do you guys think? Put a poll up there. If a frame is convoluted and difficult to build in, is it okay? Let me know. The lifeblood of the stream, coffee, supplied by my friend over at Ruby Moon Coffee. If you're looking for awesome coffee, this is the little shilly section that I have to get through. Not that he's not giving me the coffee. I'm paying for a full pop, but Ruby Moon Coffee, this stuff is awesome. Get the Supernova blend. It's not a very oily bean, and I really, really like it. It's like an Ethiopian blend. It is so good. Not coffee you would drink every day, but coffee you would drink on the weekends or special occasions when you want to treat yourself. So it is a little expensive, if you know what I'm saying. Mike Bergman, my question was spelled with a upgrade spell with 2 D's. Name that movie. Mike Bergman got it right off the top. Upgrade spelled with a double dose of his pimping. That is from Idiocracy. If you have not seen Idiocracy, oh my God, you guys owe yourself. You owe to yourself to see it. It started off as a comedy, and it is actually a documentary. It's the de-evolution of mankind. It's freaking hilarious. Probably one of the few movies I've seen way more than one time. I've probably seen it 20 times, to be honest with you. No Bardwell. Oh, well, I'm definitely not going past noon, but at least it doesn't give us that bookend that we got to stop by. I usually try to do these live stream builds on this Sunday morning live stream, and I never get a chance to even touch it because of talking to you guys and hanging out in the chat. Maybe this time I should get a chance to turn a screw on this thing. We'll see. Brandon Baked Beans says he literally unsubbed from Steel last week because he sounded so dumb. Yeah. I kind of half listened to what he was going on about. Is that music too loud? Let's turn that down. It seemed like a little too loud. You guys tell me. Yeah, his interests are to protect. So, yeah. Although, I mean, I have an Apex frame, and it is a very, very good frame. The quality of the carbon, the build, and most people don't know it does have a warranty on it. It's better than a lot of the frames I've ever used. In addition to the stream, I no longer have the Skycam for me. We're going to call it the Doge Cam. Well, I've only got one here. Number 2 is stooging out on the carpet. You might be able to see her right there. Anywho, yeah. So, anyways, been out of town for the last couple of weeks. Been super busy. Moving the family up to Chicago. Chicago is a beautiful city. If you get a chance to visit Chicago, I highly recommend it. I had a lot of fun there. Rent a bicycle because driving sucks. You look at your Google Maps, it'll tell you the place you want to go to is 8 miles away, and it's a 45-minute drive. Traffic kind of sucks. Rick Cepeda dropped a link to his Discord in there if you guys want more of this awesome YouTube chatty type stuff and some tech help and just a place to hang out and with like-minded people. Hit up Rick Cepeda's Discord. Mike Bergman or Brandon McBean's Idiocracy is a documentary from the future. Yeah. Yeah. Brandon McBean says Apex frame is the best from recommendations. I've recommended it a lot and have seen a lot of logs from it. Yeah, it is a really solid frame. Even Chris Rosser has a video showing the frame resonance and all that stuff from the Apex, and there's some special stuff going on in the Apex. Companies like Armatan could probably learn a thing, but they are kind of set in their ways. I started off flying a lot of Armatan frames. I really liked the different, the ingenuity and the different stuff. It's not just the standard bottom plate, arms, sandwich plate, bunch of standoffs, top plate, bus style. They were the first company that I saw that was mainstream that was doing things very different than everybody else. So far, the internet's holding out. Had a lot of issues in the last couple streams. Internet in Chicago is freaking bonkers. The place I was at, it was 100 megs up, 100 megs down. Just insane speeds. And then like when it gets bogged down, it goes to 50 up, 50 down. It's like, geez, that's 10 times what I get here. And I can't get better internet, unfortunately. Brandon McBean's lived in Chicago 20 years ago for college. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so just south of the loop, kind of in the Pilsen area. It's a great place to get on the one wheel, go get lunch, go get dinner. Real nice place. The weather was fantastic compared to where I'm at. It was like 75 during the day and like 55 at night. But you know, we're outside having a beer on the roof, and I'm like, I feel like a bitch. I kind of want to go get my polar fleece. I'm kind of cold. The South has wrecked me for cold weather, but yeah. Yeah, Speedy Turtle gets 50 up, 50 down out in the sticks. Lucky you, man. My internet just sucks. And the company that I go through, I think it's CenturyLink. They don't care at all. They are awful to work with. Mahale, how you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you on here. Glad you could catch the live stream. Always nice to see a recognizable name. Speedy Turtle, yes, also has a pretty good Discord. Go ahead and hit that one up as well. Sorry, I forgot you about you, Speedy Turtle. I didn't forget about you. I just didn't get to you yet. Speedy Turtle is doing something very awesome for the community. If you guys don't know about Speedy Turtle, The Speedy Cares package. Remember back when we used to use that hard metal monetary stuff, coins? Yeah. You'd go to check out at the diner cashier. God, I'm dating myself, I think, maybe. And there was a little tray that says "Give a penny, take a penny." He's doing the "Give a penny, take a penny" for FPV. All the stuff you have sitting around that's still good stuff, but you're just not going to use it. Let's say you have one 2306 motor from a brand that you don't fly anymore. You toss it in a box. You pull out something kind of equal value that you could use on your build. It just close it up, mail it on to the next person. It doesn't go back to Speedy every time. It just goes around the country. And last I heard, you have 2 boxes going around the country, East Coast, West Coast box. Shooter FPV has it right now. Awesome, man. Moved out into the desert. F the cold. I miss the cold. I miss the winters because it brings decent spring, summer, and falls. Oh, Speedy's only got 1 box going right now. Okay, never mind. But still, awesome idea. And like I said, if you want to know some more about that, hit up Speedy Turtle over on Discord and Patreon. There you go. Also, if you want to see my get to my Patreon. What button did I just press to do that? That was weird. VFB.com. Everything you need to know. It's all right there. Yeah, I don't think there's a international box, but hey, man, if you got the connections and the time to do it, that might actually be a pretty good thing to do out where you're at. I don't think he's got a lock on outside of the U.S., so might not be a bad idea. A lot of stuff going on since I was on here last. The iGao 3 thing is going. The challenges are getting harder, faster than I think they did last year. I haven't broken a whole lot of stuff yet. My main go-to whoop is a custom build. It's mostly a Mobula 6. I'm running the Happy Model 0802 25,000 kV motors, a ELRS 2.4 AIO board, BT 2.0, and the Runcam Nano 3, I believe, in this TPU mount. Not a big fan of the TPU mount. It looks good on paper, but the camera kind of rotates in there a lot. And the Meteor 6 frame, which is by far the most indestructible frame I've used so far. And I'm not sure what the props are. But this has been my go-to. Real short flight times, but you get a lot done in a very short amount of flight time with that. Yep. 08, 02 size motors. Market Zero, CenturyLink is awful, basically a scam company collecting federal grant. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've got to have DSL here. I don't have cable internet. Back in the day, I always heard DSL has its advantages. It doesn't get bogged down as more people because you have a dedicated line to your home from the switching panel, whereas cable, everybody's on the same line. Something, I could be wrong. At least that's something I had heard at one point in time. Yeah, my last week's performance in iGao 3 was pretty substandard. I think I only got 10 loops in. I had one afternoon and about 10 packs to get in, and that was it. Starting a new work schedule. I work nights now, so it's hard to. I'm trying to figure out this whole sleep schedule and trying to live my life thing. Mike Bergman, I had a Chameleon TI, Badger, and a few Tadpole frames. Yeah, my first real good, not Chinese clone frame was the OG Chameleon, then the Chameleon TI. Yeah, I think those were the first few. The Marmont. Yeah, a friend of mine had a Marmont and with the forged carbon, and he didn't like it. Spending $10 watching you. Why? Is it for like a VPN or something like that? I'm curious. So I had a random quad show up in the mail. I don't remember ordering it, but it's here. And the box says Mobula 6, but it looks like a Mobula 6, but it's a little different. This has 0702 motors, 26,000 kV. Love this color frame. Looks like it's got the Runcam Nano 3 ELRS 2.4 AIO whip board in there. Haven't flown it yet. Should be pretty interesting. If anything, it'll be good spare parts for something else. Came with a ton of batteries. I'm curious if I even ordered that or if that was even the right one that came. But I guess when you got problems, right? Rob Logan Jr. Let's get this night before I moved. I looked for a new resident for flight. It was getting dark. Guess what happened to my last flight ready status quad. Ugh. Knowing your past, it's probably in a tree somewhere. Oh man, that hell, that's a bummer. Anybody know anything about DJI cameras coming out anytime soon? Nope. Haven't heard anything about new DJI cameras. There's some new GoPro cameras coming out, if that's what you meant, Gary Higgins. Tommy, how are you doing, man? A wave back. So, been flying a lot of the Bite Shark system, Bite Frost Shark Fart. I still can't remember what the heck the name of this thing is. Like instant recall. I can't remember what Shark Bite, right? Yeah, Shark Bite. It's in a tree. Well, do you know which tree it is, Rob Logan? For the Vista, I haven't heard anything, but I've been kind of out of the FPV loop for the last couple weeks. So if any of you guys out there know of a new frame or a new camera coming out, let's hear about it. So Shark Bite system, put it in the Ripsqueak. I figured this would be a great platform for it. A little 3-inch, just a screaming little quad. I put the Mamba Toka 1505 motors on it. This thing is just an absolute blast to fly. My love is with 5-inch, but for some reason I end up flying 3s, 4s, and whoops more than anything else. I don't know if it's because of the low threat factor or just, I don't know what it is. It's a mental block. Maybe because things are so expensive on a 5-inch, but honestly, the gap is getting very small between 5, 3, and 4-inch frames as far as the build of materials cost goes. So I've been flying the Shark Bite. It's really good. It's really good, but what is it good for? It's going to be racing. If you're going to be doing long distance or just bando crashing or freestyle or flying for yourself, get DJI or analog. But this is going to be good for racing. The camera still sucks. There's a new camera out from HD0 that's not like in public release yet. That looks pretty impressive. Been flying it on my Orcas with the with this VRX, and I also have the Scout HDs. These are pretty darn good, and they're very affordable for what they are. They don't do analog. They don't have HDMI in. They have HDMI in. They don't have HDMI out. They don't have any analog capabilities. This is Shark Bite only. That's all it does. It does a pretty good job at it. I don't like the panel that's in it, and I don't like box goggles. But for being a box goggle, it's pretty good. It's pretty comfortable. I think this would actually work really well if you wore glasses. There was a lot of questions that were posed on a community post that I put out there. I think this would work well if you had glasses. There is this hunk of foam right here that you can remove, and I think that would help get the bridge of your the earpieces of your glasses in the goggles. So you can see this little channel right there. So this might actually be a good option for anybody who flies with glasses on. And I assume the regular analog Scouts have that same shape. I wouldn't think that Fat Shark would reinvent an entire shell just to drop a digital system into it. So pretty good goggle. I don't like box goggles, and the screen, the LCD screen, OLEDs have ruined me for screens. I know the DJI are LCD screens, but it's such a clear image that you kind of look past it. Man, DJI really up by not doing an OLED panel in the DJI V2s, because I would have bought them. I've got the V1s. I would have sold those things in a heartbeat and bought the V2s. Yeah, let's hope for a V3. But flying the White Frost system, Bite Shark Fart, I need to P-touch it onto my monitor so I can get that darn name right. Shark Bite. That Shark Bite system on the Orcas is amazing. The clarity on the OLEDs is really nice. Yeah, I've heard a couple people mention that there's a V2 coming out, but Orca's been touting a second goggle since darn near the Kickstarter campaign ended for the first goggle. So for Orca, I won't believe it till I see it. They've been dabbling into the commercial military market. And Orca's one of those companies, like, they make a ton of promises, and they follow up on a few of them, but not all of them. Like, I absolutely love my Orcas. I think these are probably the best analog goggles on the market. I know they are. They are the best analog goggles on the market. But there are a lot of bugs. There's a lot of features that have been requested since the very first person got one, and they still haven't done it. Like, always on fans. The cooling fan sucks on it. An always on fan would be nice. Just a little bit more control. The FPV Connect system is pretty good. Why is oh darn it, hang on. My headset battery's about to die. Stand by. Love this headset. This is the Arctis Pro SteelSeries Arctis Pro, something like that. Yeah, awesome headset. Where was I? Yeah, so Orca has been touting like a digital system since like day one. My camera says it's overheating. It has never done that before. Interesting. Oh well. If this camera dies, we'll have to figure something out. This might go to audio only stream. My Sony a6500 has never had overheating issues before. I don't know what has changed or why it's doing that. Only thing different is I've added a microphone to it that's not being used. Whatever. Squirrel. They at a trade show recently, they did have a new goggle, but it was it was OD or Coyote Brown. It was intended for the military market for whatever reason. I'm hoping that that's not their V2. We'll see. They've been touting an HD system since day one. They've been talking about integration with being able to control Mavic drone cameras, which I think they did it, but you have to have the stupid $800 smart controller too, so that's pretty much a nothing. The FPV Connect system is a unreliable pile of crap. The over-the-air updating works if you have certain phones that will allow you to be on Wi-Fi and cellular network at the same time. A lot of them can't. A lot of iPhones can't. My Note 8 definitely can't do it. I have to use a Speedify, a VPN, to be able to do that. A lot of external factors that are out of their control, but it's hard. Back to the chat here, guys. Tommy, gotta rewind back. I think I saw a Happy Mount ELRS whoop there. Yup. I got a couple of them. I have been flying the Mambo a lot. I very, very much like that radio. I've been raw dogging that thing in my FPV bag on my road trip. No gimbal protector, no switch protector, just packing it smart in my tour roll bag. No problems. And I'm not the one handling the bag all the time. It's usually the wife or the kid, or sometimes the wife and the kid, and they don't give a about what's in that bag. No problems. So lots of room for Express LRS in that radio. I run Express LRS on everything other than my my race quads. That one, the race quads, I'm using Tracer only because of the integrated VTX control. That's it. That's the only reason. And I might actually switch those to ELRS eventually, but that's a whole other story. I'm actually considering putting the ELRS module internal to the radio, so I don't have anything sticking out. Well, not that it sticks out of the back of the radio, but I just won't have anything in the JR bay. And I'm thinking I might be able to actually, we'll save that for another day. Neilish, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. Hello, how are you doing? Good morning, at least morning where I'm at, for a little while longer. Mike Bergman, is there any point in building a 2S 65mm whoop versus a 1S 65mm whoop? 2S 65mm whoop, if you're going to throw like a HD AIO board in there, then you might want to go with 2S, but most of the 2S quad 65mm whoops I've flown just make a ton of noise and are, no. In general, no. If you're going to build a light, when you're getting that small of a prop, you really want to go with low weight. You can overcome some of the weight by adding more power, but to add more power, you're adding more weight. There's definitely a diminishing return on there. I think if you're going to do a AIO HD board, you have to go at least 75mm, and I've done those on 1S, and they work okay. Not a lot of authority and very short flight times. 2S on a 75 with AO HD board, it's probably the sweet spot. But again, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for raw performance, you're going to have to sacrifice flight time. That's why ultra high KV motors, and I'm only running this on 24 kilohertz pitot in frequency because it performs a little bit better for like catching itself out of dives as opposed to 48. 48, you'll get better flight time, but you do lose a little bit of that like, it's hard to, but like low end grunt, if that makes any sense. Brandon Baked Beans, I love flying 3 inches apart. 5 inches terrifying. There, I want to fly my friend's 5 inch. Brandon Baked Beans, I think I remember back from a conversation. Do you own a 5-inch quad? And if not, why not? Mike Bergman, I'm flying a lot analog lately. I just like how my fat chart. That's it. It's gonna be fat chart. Goggles fit more. Yeah. The DJI goggles fit like crap, but I push through it just because of how much better the picture is. Also, when I get like a quad in for review, I like to go with DJI and no external control link because I'll just use the DJI controller. It's just easy peasy. But that bit me in the butt this last couple weeks because I took my 5-inch 250 with me, and I forgot that I only have it on DJI for the control link. Ooh, the chat did the jump thing. All available digital cameras suck. I picked a bad year to switch to DJI. An OLED screen would still look like crap with the Nebula Pro. Yeah. I was digging through my box of spare parts and I found a brand new Caddx Vista Nebula Pro. So excited. I still have one of those. Yeah. Really like the Sky Zone Cobra over the Fat Shark Scout, bigger FOV. Yeah, I think if I was going to pick again, I don't have an analog Scout to compare, but the Cobra X, specifically the V2, look really good. I got a review video on the channel if you want to check that out, where I do a complete teardown of it. If you have the V1 Sky Zone Cobra X, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was my daughter trying to video chat me. Hang on 1 second, guys. Be right back. All right, folks. Sorry about that. Where were we at? Yeah, Mike Bergman, get on that military-industrial complex grind. Yep, that's how you're going to make bank. That's how you're going to do it, and I don't blame them one bit. Hopefully, whatever tech they come up for them trickles down to us. You know, there's DJI is not the only digital, and DJI and Shartfart aren't the only two digital systems out there. There's a bunch of other ones that they're bigger, heavier, and they're used for different applications. But there are other platforms out there. None that I think you would see in FPV anytime soon. But anyways, yeah, there are two fans inside the Orcas. One for the face fogger fan, and then one to cool the electronics. Both of them sound like a coffee can with rocks in them getting kicked down the road. They're both very loud. Athex, how are you doing this morning? Glad to see you here. I'm glad I'm back too. Rob Logan, what happened? Yeah, that was my daughter trying to Skype video chat with me. Tommy, you got the ELRS Mob 2 and you're liking it so far? Good. I haven't tried it yet, but with all these quads, first thing I do is ditch the PH 2.0 and go right to the BT 2.0 because it does make a difference for sure. We were talking about batteries, 1S batteries, a little while back between the nitronectors, the tattoos, and the Weebleed batteries, and all these are BT 2.0, not the nitronectors, those are PH 2.0, but the BT 2.0 go with the Weebleed. The only reason I say go with the Weebleed is they have less stickers on the outside of them, and they go in and out of the Mobula or the Meteor 6 frame easier. And it's the exact same battery, but they're a little more expensive. But you're supporting an independent kind of small shop, so I don't know. Just the batteries between them and the tattoos are identical. Flight time. I want to see a flight time test on the new Mob 6. Brandon Baked Beans. We'll be doing that. I'll do that for sure. Acro Indoor. I don't know what it's going to do on these bi-blades. I haven't flown a whoop on bi-blades yet. It'd be interesting. It'd be really cool if they could add ELRS to the multi-module. That would be really nice. But it's a fundamental hardware change. Unfortunately, they'd have to actually make a new multi-module with ELRS on it. Yeah. Still rock XM Plus on, yeah. So don't go with a low latency link. It will ruin you for the rest of your quads. You won't notice it. Well, you might notice it going to the low latency 2.4, but when you go back, your other quads will be unflyable. It's that much better. No, Brandon Baked Beans got it right on the nose. Tony Hernandez, welcome. Good morning. How are you? Yeah, I like the ink turn. Yeah. Hey Raven, how you doing? I do like the Sky Zones. They're very, very customizable. XT30 on the Nanohawk X. Nanohawk X. Nanohawk X. What the heck is a Nanohawk X? That's okay. I know what that is. That is. That is this guy. I can't do that. Nanohawk X, that is this one here. Yeah, XT30 is where they should have went. The GMB 27, it had a lot of potential, but the connector was just very unreliable. I have replaced every single GMB 27 connector I have, and I end up having to replace them after about 20 packs. I don't know why, but the wiring breaks internally to the pigtail, and not sure why. I'm sure it's just piss poor soldering practices, if anything. We're going to say about the V1 Sky Zone Cobras. Oh, yeah, sorry. Got sidetracked there. So the Cobra X V1s, there is an upgrade to those to upgrade the DVR and the power module. Sorry, the AC just kicked on. It is stupid hot in here. If it's too noisy, I'll shut it off. Just let me know. There's an upgrade to the DVR and the power module. Gives it longer runtime and... What is the resolution now? Hang on a second. Sky Zone Cobra X. Properties. I can't remember. It is 720 by 480, 60 frames per second recording. There is an upgrade for them. If you want to know about it, just search my channel. I have an entire video on the upgrade and how to do it, and a link to the parts. Probably a worthwhile upgrade, I think. The DVR is pretty nice on it. I like GMB27 over XT30. It says those little tips on the connector, so it's easier to unplug. Yeah, the GMB27 is good. XT30 is better. GMB27 is lighter. XT30, if you're going to do 1S, you're going to have to make all your own battery connectors. It's kind of a toss-up of what it is you want. I have a rapid fire. Mike Bergman says I have a rapid fire. Hadn't thought about selling it, but I guess I don't really need it. Yeah, rapid fire is hard to come by, and you'll be able to sell it pretty easily. Just put XM Plus on the Anahawk X. It has the pads broken out for T1, R1 to run ELRS. Awesome. It's good to know. Yeah, Mike Bergman, same. I've had the same experience with GMB 27s. I don't know why. BT 2.0 is going, like, there was a lot of hate on the 2.0 because it was made by Beta FPV, and everybody hates Beta FPV for various reasons. I think they make pretty good products as long as you're smart about it. But I think the BT 2.0 is going to strike that good balance between reliability and performance between PH 2.0, BT 2.0, and the GMB 27s. My go-to is BT 2.0. A lot of great chargers out there for them. Beta FPV obviously makes one. Does PH 2.0, BT 2.0. Real nice charger. Yeah, BT 2.0 for the win. Thanks for doing something right. Yes. They typically make really good products, but they always screw up one aspect of it that makes it like, yeah, I don't really... Rob Logan Jr. Funny guy. Yeah, okay, so Tommy has the same... Okay, so we all... It seems like we're all having the same issues with the GMB 27s. Mike Bergman and Andy Taylor, a real good way for you guys to connect with each other is over on Discord, if you want. I have an invite link there. Scroll to the bottom, you'll find Discord, and you guys will be able to chit-chat all over the place. I think if you put any email addresses or anything inside YouTube, it's going to flag your comment and delete you. Or delete your comment, not you, obviously, but just YouTube is really weird about it. YouTube is actually getting really, really a lot better. They're adding a lot of new features. They're trying to compete with Twitch, but I'm finding that a lot of people who live stream and do traditional uploads are no longer doing live streaming. They're claiming that their analytics are getting hit hard by the YouTube algorithm for some reason because they're live streaming. They've been either switching to a different platform or starting a separate channel. I noticed my analytics have actually crashed pretty hard, and the discoverability numbers have dropped immensely since I started live streaming. But I don't care. I'm going to keep doing it here because this is where you guys are. Definitely not switching to the other platform that rhymes with itch. Brandon Bakebean says Andy Taylor, the URUAV RX 5808 EVO module does frame fusion, works pretty well on the field, gets rolling stutter. Parking lots, okay. So the rolling screen on the rapid fire and all the other Unicorn Magic mixing modules is very present and is very disturbing. The only module I've ever used that doesn't suffer from this, or I haven't had it happen, is the TBS Fusion. It is better. I don't know why it's better, but I like rapid fire. Every time I'd fly, it would happen. Every quad I have, it would happen at least once a flight, maybe every other flight. And when it happens, you're just like, do I hold what I got? Am I looking at this image? Am I looking at this image? Which one's the right one? And do I hold what I got? Do I keep going, or do I just disarm and hope for the best? But the TBS Fusion has been money. With YouTube, you need to do both videos and live streams. No, it seems like when you start like people who traditionally do traditional uploads start live streaming their discoverability for their other content. All right, so I lost my camera. I don't know why. Stick with me, guys. Audio's still on there, which, as you guys all know, audio is the most important part. I'll put on the Doge cam for now, just so you guys have something to look at. I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't know what's changed. My camera doesn't even feel hot. What is going on with this thing? Well, maybe we'll leave that off for a little bit. That's weird. Mike Berwin, I have a Discord, long story, and Facebook Messenger. Okay, yeah. Doc, do something. Mary. Yep, that's about the most she does. She does that, or she goes a million miles an hour freaking out and basically slamming herself into every door. Yeah, tell me, there was an update or an upgrade to the Fusion RF module that made a big difference. Yeah, hell, everything's getting expensive right now. Parts are expensive. They're hard to find. Family Guy, I love your live stream. Just gave you a thumbs up for those analytics. Thumbs up, everybody. Yep, only 6 likes. Awesome, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Well, I guess if things are... I'm going to give this camera a little bit to cool down. Oh, the dog moved. I don't know where the other one went. I think she went upstairs probably to go crap on the floor or something. That's what they do. Well, anyways, while we're waiting on that camera to cool off, which I don't know why it's doing that. It's kind of irritating. We can talk about the AOS5 frame. So far, not a bad build. It is pretty convoluted. There's a lot of really weird stuff on it, like these little carbon spacers here to get everything the same height. It doesn't come with any sort of mounting provisions for antennas or anything like that, so I managed to find a print on the Thingiverse. For the 20x20 stacks, just something to keep in mind, guys, they spec M2 holes, so I try really hard to run M3 hardware for my flight stacks. And a lot of the 20x20 stuff is starting to come with M3. So you got to take a drill to it and hog out the frame to get your stack in there. The ESC has to sit up front or in the back, but it kind of depends on where you're going to put your video equipment. If you had an option to separate your video equipment, I would definitely decide to put the ESC and VTX in separate locations, because those are the most sensitive. Yeah, this is a different camera. Rob Logan. These ones overheat really fast when you're recording. They don't overheat when you're just live streaming through them. So these are going out of the HDMI port into a capture card, so they don't overheat. For some reason, the A6500, the one that just overheated, it's never overheated just streaming from it or recording, but something changed and it's doing it now, and I'm kind of concerned. But we'll cross that road another day, or I'll completely forget about it and just, you know, like everything, just kind of deal with it as it happens. All right, so that's a little bit of the weirdness that I found. The rest of the frame's pretty nice. It kind of sucks that you can't centrally locate the ESC to make kind of the wiring a little bit better, but it's definitely doable. I'm running the Newbie Drone Flow 2306.5 motors. I think these are 1850 kV. I'm gonna run the CADX Ratel 2. The Rush Racing Tank Mini. This is M2, so that's fine. This is the T-Motor F7 45 amp ESC and the Mini F7 flight controller. So why did I go with AOS5? Because I want to try something different. There are things about the FPV Cycle Glide frame that I don't like. Mostly the press nuts in the arms really kind of suck. They suck a lot in that frame. They're kind of the lowest quality part of the frame is those stupid press nuts. They always strip out. So I got a couple of these. This one I'm building up. Gonna see how it flies. This FC does have black box logging on it, thankfully. So at least I'll be able to get some logs on of it. And I don't know, I'll probably give this one away to my patrons eventually. Speaking of Patreon giveaways, I do have another Patreon giveaway running right now. If you guys are patrons, it's a little different than my normal giveaways. I am giving away 1 hour of one-on-one flight training with Aaron Ciotti. He's a Gem Fan sponsored pilot. He reached out to me. I've been supporting him on his live streams for, geez, at least a year and a half now, and he said, hey man, I've been doing flight training either in person if you're in the area, doing it on a sim, tuning help, things like that, one-on-one. He's been doing it through Fiverr, and he's like, hey man, what do you think about giving this away? And I'm like, how about I buy an hour from you and I give it away to my patrons? He's like, deal. So that, and then also a Newbie Drone Hummingbird, brushed Hummingbird kit. So got to be a patron, got to sign up, and to do this, I am asking for an entry video for why you should win. Nobody's hit me up on that. Got a feeling you guys are a bunch of all talk and no walk. So we'll see how this goes. But I think that's it's something that it's not pieces, parts, things that break, nothing of tangible value. It is knowledge that he's going to pass down to you, like helping you with your flight style, your tuning, your build, mental health, whatever you want. Doesn't all have to be used in one block. It can be used throughout a couple sittings, whatever. There's really no rules. So if you want to get in on that, sign up for Patreon and get yourself entered. Right now I have 0 entries, so pretty easy to win this one. I'll be drawing that at the end of the month. Celis, how you doing, buddy? The president of FPV is here. But so anyways, that's the build, that's the specs. This will end up being probably next month or the month after's Patreon giveaway quad. I'm also doing a giveaway for the FPV crate for August. Yeah, it was an ESC. So if you guys want to get signed up for that, find the video, watch the damn video, at least give me the analytics for it, and go ahead and sign up. As usual, it's just Google Doc, the way I usually do them. There is no entry tier limit for this month's giveaway. I wanted everybody to have a chance to get their video entered and to try to win that one-on-one flight training session. If you haven't seen Aaron Ciotti's videos, he doesn't do a lot of traditional uploads. He mostly does live streaming. I think he live streams like every freaking day. But he's a one hell of a pilot. Big into micros. That's kind of his thing, is flying 3-inch micros. He also does a lot of 5-inch, but 3 inches is his jam. Put the camera in the freezer. Yeah, I don't know if I need to do that. Hey, thanks. I finished my DVGI conversion running a Phantom 3 motors on a 9-inch Banggood frame. Flies like a lawnmower. It probably sounds like one too. That's awesome. Yeah, Mahale, yeah, just enable expert mode. It's trying to keep you from doing something dumb. Brandon Baked Beans, nailed it. Yeah, the family's really enjoying the new location. Kids started school Wednesday, and she is absolutely loving it. Been able to video chat with her almost daily, which has been really nice. I built her a computer before she left. I have a NZXT 710 case, and I built her kind of a mini me PC. I built it in an H10 or H510, so it's the same case, just smaller, like an ITX build. Looks exactly the same. Went with the APU. I think it was Ryzen 5 6000, something like that. I don't know, one of the APUs. So no GPU in it. She plays a few little games here and there. Bought her a Logitech Brio on there, so a nice 4K webcam. Probably one of the best webcams on the market. And you know, we get to talk pretty much every day, which is nice. Helps bridge that gap. Speedo just built a 10-inch XL10. Can't seem to get it to not try to fly away and twitch. Oof. 10-inch is a lot of room for bad vibrations. Like, make sure the props are balanced. I know you picked up an X-Class recently. How does that experience going? Your brothers kicked your butt at flying. So much better than you. Yeah, that's okay, man. As long as you're having fun, right? But while you're having fun, it's nice to be better, right? All right, I think his camera may have cooled off. Let's double check here. Okay, it's cooled off. The only thing I've changed is I added an external microphone, which isn't actually running. Maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. So that was weird. No, kind of concerning. I did a lot of recording with it yesterday, and I had no overheating issues, which is really weird. Really weird. You running bi-blade on that, Speedy, or are you running tri-blades? Those props have to be very, very well balanced. Otherwise, they're going to vibrate like there's no tomorrow, and you're never going to You're never going to get a good tune on it. Actually, I've been flying a little 3D. Not a lot, but a little. Stream crash. What's going on here? I don't know. Yeah, I've been flying a lot of 3D, or not a lot, a little bit of 3D. It's hard. I see there's some new settings in BL Heli for like soft transitions. I think I'm gonna try that. The transition between up and down is very, very harsh. And I think I need to fly with like a flat camera angle, because when I go 3D, I end up flying backwards, and I almost hit myself once because you feel like you're going forward, but you're actually kind of flying backwards unless you're like consciously forcing yourself to fly forward with like while looking at the ground. It's just a complete mind. Yeah, unfortunately. But it's still interesting to try. 13-inch on 3S. I think you meant 13-inch on tri-blades. Yeah, so let's go ahead and end this poll here. So my poll was, is FPV frame being weird and convoluted a bad thing if it's trying to push the envelope? Most people said no. That's 30 votes. So yeah, I'm very much in agreement here. And over the last couple of weeks, I've put out a few other polls. One here is we've started talking about throttle curves and expo on throttle in Betaflight, and I don't know anybody personally who does that, but I'm also around nothing but racers, so maybe that's a little bit of the reason why. So I put it out there to my YouTube family on the YouTube community post, which if you guys don't look at the community posts, you miss a lot of stuff. I use the community post way more than it should be. It's a crappy feature that most people hate, but I really like doing it because I hate Facebook, I hate Instagram. So I put it on here, and unfortunately, a lot of people miss it. So do you use a throttle curve? 80% of people said no. 19% of people said yes. 11 of those program it through the flight controller, and the rest do it through the radio. Which this sparked a really good conversation over on Rick Cepeda's live stream over on Discord. Again, if you guys aren't on Rick Cepeda's Discord, you really need to. We have very good conversations over there. Unfortunately, I don't get a chance to catch too many of those, but I did this weekend. And we were talking about, the question was, how do you slow down a quad? My response is, because I'm a smartass, was less camera angle. That's not what he meant. He meant, how do you take some of the power out of it? And there's two options. You can clip your throttle, or you can scale it. And we were talking about the benefits between clipping and scaling. And Brandon Baked Beans brought up a really good point about doing a clip versus a scale. And here's the cliff notes of it. If you want, like, let's say you're the person that knows the quad inside out. You know exactly how much throttle to give it to hover, midpoint, like where the max, like, usable throttle range is. You're going to want to clip. Clip will take the top end off the throttle. Like, your stick will get to 75%, and then it just won't do anything from there up. It will keep your hover point. It'll keep your mid throttle. It'll keep the throttle response exactly the same. It will just take the top end off of it, which is great if you were to say do like a cine whoop and you're going to a shoot and there's some really difficult terrain you want to navigate that you don't want to relearn the quad. Like you just in tune with this quad, but you need to take the top off of it. Do a clip the throttle. Let's say this is a quad that you're the person that can adapt to a quad pretty quickly after one pack, and you want to take the top end off of it, or if it's a quad that you just want to scale down permanently because, let's say, the top 3/4 of the throttle are completely useless, like most quads are. It's just more amps, more sound, and not much power output. Like, it's not 1-to-1. Do a scale. And that will end up moving your entire scale up, giving you full resolution, just less power on the top end. So it's kind of up to you. You can do either one, and they both have the same end goal, but the effect is different. Like the feel is different, if that makes any sense. So that was a good conversation between clipped and scaled. Mahale, yeah, prop down. Obviously, prop down would also take the top end off of it. But we're talking like without changing any of the physical properties of the quad, not changing packs, props, motors, anything like that. DIFV, secret ballot. No, not secret ballot. Just, okay, it was secret because it was in YouTube communities and nobody looks there. Celis asks, are you doing the parts box speedy? Yes, he is. Awesome idea. I wish I would have thought of it, I'll be honest. Yeah. And then the other question was, are you still excited about FPV? Yes or no? 81% of people said yes, still excited, and 19% still said still fly, but not as excited as it was. I think I'm probably in that 19% group. I'm excited about certain aspects of it when technology changes a little bit, but I think it has to do with like the grind of the YouTube thing, like trying to get 2 videos out a week, a live stream. I don't have a whole lot of time to actually enjoy flying for myself. Doing the iGao stuff, I don't enjoy that. That is just getting pissed off and just pulling my hair out trying to do these maneuvers. Eventually I do enjoy it, but like it's a lot of like, oh, why can't I get this? And then all of a sudden, oh, cool, this is fun. And then try to integrate that into the way I fly. But I don't know. I feel like things are a little stagnant. A little depressed about it because my normal, my Delta 5 multi-GP group is just withering away. We used pre-C-word, we flew every weekend, 5-6 regulars all the time. Now we have a hard time getting 2-3 people to show up for an actual like monthly race event. It's hard to pull new blood into this hobby between the FAA getting down on you, the prices going up, availability going down, and like the people that are going to get into this hobby they're not kids unless they got a benefactor supporting them. It's not going to be high school kids. It's not going to be college kids. It's going to be middle-aged people, like post-college, 30 to 45. You know, you have a little bit of disposable income. Those are the people that are getting into this hobby, and most of those people also have families and lives outside of FPV, which is another demand. So you have money and no time. So if you guys have ideas on how to recruit people into the hobby, let me know. Hit me up on Discord, Patreon if you're one of my patrons. Let me know what you think. If you guys have experienced anything in your communities that have helped draw people in. We've done public posts for the USS Alabama, which is where we fly, to try to bring people in. You get a couple people come out and look, but that's about it. Yeah. Sim racing can get boring. Sim racing is boring. It's not that it can. It is, especially when you know the difference. If you've never flown a quad, sim racing would be kind of cool. But once you fly a quad, you're like, oh, this is, yeah. Been out in the rain building walls. It's hard to know who's who between the chats and stuff, but I know who you are now. It makes sense. Mahale, the more I fly, the more I disrespect my quad batteries. I still try to treat my quad batteries with respect, except for 1S. Those are expendables. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care. I will run them things into the ground if I have to. I don't try to, but it happens. Let's check up on the Doge. Yep, there she is, doing what she does best. So let's make a recruitment video. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. Brandon Bakins is a local kid a few blocks from me that's in high school. He's flying an 85mm whoop and a 5-inch, but needs a lot of learning to keep his gear going. I help occasionally. Yeah, I can help on a onesie-twosie basis, but like long-term help or just trying to keep somebody going is hard. And I think this is what is kind of putting me in that 19%. Oh, that went up. 19% group. Yeah. But then again, I do treat this kind of as a job too, so it's taking a little bit of the fun out of it. I had considered just suspending the channel for a little while, just doing a live stream and then maybe making a video here and there rather than trying to keep up the 2 video a week and a live stream thing. But I don't know, that's not what you guys want, but you know, need to find some time to go out and do things for myself. Ever use Turnigy graphene batteries from Hobby King? Yes, I used to use those back probably 4 years ago. Those things were they were awesome. They're not anymore. They're too expensive, and the technology from other manufacturers have surpassed those for sure. Basically, just don't buy lipos from Hobby King. If you're looking for good value batteries, CNHL can't go wrong. They're affordable and perform well enough for the price. If you're looking for top-end batteries like Thunder Powers or Tattoos, you're buying those for a reason. You need performance and you need reliability. And like I fly CNHLs, GMBs, Pyro batteries, but at race day I fly the Tattoos and the Thunder Powers because I want low weight, high performance, and I kind of save some golden packs for the race days, not my just faffing about, gonna break stuff, practicing things. Yeah, thanks, Mike Berwin. I appreciate that. Got a bunch of stuff here. Just gonna do a giveaway today. I gotta think about it. All right, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna give away. You guys want to do a giveaway? Let me know. If you don't want to, we'll say that for another week. I've got so much stuff building up here. I gotta have a fire sale. I'm drowning in parts and radios and stuff. I'm the reason why the availability for parts is low. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. So the August sub 250 crate giveaway, that is right here. It's I think it's a 25 amp 4-in-1 ESC 20x20. So if you haven't signed up for that, head over to YouTube and or over to my channel on YouTube and click the link in the video. But just do me a favor, watch the video first. Y'all want free stuff? Yeah. All right. I was gonna do a super chat giveaway, but you know what? Nah, not today. We're just gonna do a regular old giveaway. Nothing special. I don't want it. That's not the right button. I'm looking over here because I'm working on a different screen. Make a copy. Stop. Live stream giveaway. Oh, Nebula Pro auction. Jeez, if I did that, I would need more than 19 people in the video to do that. You know, I have been breaking a lot of stuff on iGo, you know, knock on wood. I'm sorry if that was loud. Yeah. Stuff looks good. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's do 9, 12, 21. Yeah, I'm not gonna get crazy with this. I'm just gonna. The info is gonna be wrong on the listing here. You'll have to pay for shipping, but here we go. Go ahead and get your info in there, and I will pick a winner at the end of the stream. It is going to be, oh, I should probably tell you what it's for. A builder kit, a tool set. These are actually pretty decent drivers. They cover, let's see what we got here. We got a number 1 flathead, a OT Phillips, a 5.5 millimeter hex driver, a 4 millimeter hex driver, hex driver, 5 millimeter Allen 2.0, and a 2.5 millimeter Allen driver, a set of something weird clippers. I don't know. I'm sure I'll find a use for those. Pulling fingernails off your enemies, something like that. A set of needle nose. These are all spring action. And a set of diagonal cutters. These are a little sticky, but you know, they'll work. They're not precision flush cuts; they're just regular diagonal cutters. Yeah, a little sticky. They'll probably just free up over time. Set of diagonal cutters. I'm not going to call them what the industry calls them because they'll probably get flagged. And a TS80. This is a USB-C powered portable soldering iron. Tip comes off. This is a awesome little soldering iron. All that inside of a nice little nylon case. Great for the flight bag. Mike Bergman, $5. Cheer up, Buttercup. Sorry, it's not more business slow. Hey man, I appreciate it. So anyways, hit that link for the giveaway. This isn't a super chat giveaway. If you want to throw in a super chat, I certainly am not going to stop you. If you want to toss something my way over on PayPal, there's links in there. And if you want a set of radio grips for whatever radio you got, unless it's Spectrum or Futaba, tweetfb.com, get yourself a set of grips. Or you can find them over at Race Day Quads. Race Day Quads has been an awesome supporter of the TweetFB grip program. They are a consistent retailer for me. They have been awesome. Notice I don't mention the other people. Let's see. Sellers might get the Fat Shark Fart sale. I think the sale might be over. But definitely look. And if you do, again, hit one of those affiliate links. How do I enter? How do I enter? What does get your stuff in there mean? It means click the link and put your information in there so I can do a random giveaway at the end of the stream. Scott. Brandon Baked Beans, thank you so much for helping out. That's why you are a moderator. Appreciate it very much, my friend. My FC is showing in Betaflight. I install all the drivers, use Zadig, but still not showing, but it works. I press the button and connect through USB. Prem, my FC is not showing in Betaflight. Install all the drivers. You shouldn't have to really install much. It's not showing, but it works. Yeah. If I press the button and connect through USB. So if you press the button and you connect through USB, you're activating DFU mode, and that's setting it up for firmware flashing. So if you just want to get into Betaflight and not flash firmware, just unplug and replug, and it should connect. I don't know if you're running PC or Mac. I'm assuming probably PC. If you're still having issues, turn your computer off, turn it back on. That fixes 90% of those issues. If that doesn't do it, try a different cable. If that doesn't do it, you may need to dig into your driver setting. I wouldn't use Zadig. Most people will end up screwing everything up using Zadig. Windows should be able to pick up the STM32 driver on its own without having any outside issues. Mike Bergman or Tango 1. LOL. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of my Tango 1. The Mambo is going to replace my Tango. I love the Tango until I put the module on the back of it. Now I don't like it. I do like the small form factor, but I'm preferring that medium. Like, I've always liked the X9 Lite for its size. I appreciated the Tango 2 for its size being even smaller. I think the X9 Lite and the Mambo and the Jumper TX12 all strike a very good balance between functionality and size, where the Tango 2, you give away too much. Oh, yeah, Mike Bergman or the Tango 1. I get it. For the grips, I don't have a Tango 1. I'm sorry. I wish it did. I'd love to try flying a Tango 1. Just having that screen there, like doing like gorilla whooping, that would be a sweet little setup there. You're not some weirdo with the goggles over your eyes, you know. Celis, love your grips, and they still not come off. Yeah, good prep. Good prepping is the key to keeping your grips on your radio. Yeah, Brandon Bakebeans, you make a very good point. If it's in DFU, then and it's not working normally, it probably has the wrong flash on it. 3 things I'm downing in: props, stickers, and tools. Yeah. Props for sure, stickers for sure. I got some BQE stickers in that last FPV crate, which they're some of the best stickers I've had so far. Scott, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Very much appreciate it. Every little bit helps the channel out. Everything that comes into the channel through Patreon, Discord, and, well, nothing comes in through Discord. Patreon and YouTube all goes right back in. I run this whole thing as a loss. It's just helping it, you know, supporting my hobby. How much are you selling them for? Celis, short memory. I don't remember what you're talking about. Tweet, got any gogs for sale? Oh man, I've got a bunch of goggles, but what I did last year before the holidays is I made up a bunch of beginner kits, RTF, goggle transmitter, and whoop kits, and I gave those out to a bunch of people. I think I gave one to Rick Cepeda so he can help out some local kids. I'm trying to hold on to some of the higher dollar, better things that I've been getting from vendors to give away for something like that come the holidays. I'm playing the long game on it, so no, but maybe. I'm not 100% sure yet. I do plan on doing the mystery shopper again this year for the holidays. If you didn't get on that last year, we did basically they call it a white elephant, at least where I'm at, or Secret Santa, if you swing that way. And I did that over on my Discord. Everybody had a lot of fun with it. I'm definitely going to do that again, but I'll talk more details as we get closer. Obviously, we are a ways out, but that was a lot of fun. Red Vikings, a few weeks ago, I broke my Betaflight connectors messing with the virtual COM port drivers on my PC. Had to reinstall the SSD program. Yeah. Ugh. Gross. Easiest way to fix driver issues on a PC is Impulse RC Driver Fixer. That fixes DFU driver. That fixes the DFU drivers. The regular STM32 drivers, your PC should have no issues picking that up. And when you do run the Impulse RC Driver Fixer, it automatically will put your flight controller in DFU mode most of the time. So that's the only time you really use the driver fixer for your radio. trying to flash OpenTX, or your flight controller is trying to flash a new version of Betaflight, that if it's having issues going to DFU mode, that's kind of what the driver fixer's for. Scott, I have goggles for sale. Dominator V5. Dom V5s are pretty good. You can get them if they're in good shape. Some of those older goggles, they drive a pretty good price on the used market. I used to dance the tango, but then I had tried Mambo. Nice. Next one, Foxtrot. I don't know. Wonder which way they would go. Looking to upgrade my scouts. Are you so you looking for actual goggles, or like the style goggle, or are you looking at box goggles still? Because I know you've been flying boxes forever. Tony Hernandez says, looking for a good laptop. Have any recommendations? Basically for the field, something. Honestly, for field tuning, a Android cell phone is great. You can do BL Heli, you can do Betaflight through an Android phone. Yeah, PC driver issues. There's just so many damn variables. The twerk. That's not a dance. That's just people being dumb. Speedy B. I don't use Speedy B anymore. Damn it! The stupid camera's overheating again. Why? Why are you doing this? Why you do this? Why now? What the heck? I don't get it. Ugh. All right. Speedy B. No, I sideload Betaflight to the phone. I'm gonna make $30 babysitting. I'll go fly later. Hey man, gotta have that side hustle somehow. Hang on a second, guys. I'm gonna take a look at something. All right, well, I really jankily attached a fan to the back of the camera. Unfortunately, I accidentally unplugged my Stream Deck doing it. So, oh well, no big deal. Open up, find a hot part. Yeah, there's no space in these stupid cameras. I've had them apart before. There's nothing in there, or there's no space. Let's see. Camera will be. No, I don't know what's changed on this camera. I don't know why it's having issues. I don't know if it's like, I don't know why. I wonder if you guys see that. Just messing with the settings. Oh, I know why. I think I know why. I think I have it set at 4K right now. Yep, that's why. I still had it set at 4K. That's what the issue was. I bet you it cools off now. All right. Okay, I really hope that's what it is. Yeah, I still had it run at 4K. I live stream at 1080. Also, one of my things were more cropped than they normally were. Should have put 2 and 2 together, but there we go. Hopefully the overheat thing, it can figure it out. Okay, anyways, sorry that I had to figure that one out. That was really bothering me. I did not want to buy another camera. Granted, I'm buying them all used. The Sony A5100s have been great for live streaming. And then stupid Linus Tech Tips that did a video on, I mean, they were super affordable. He did a video on cheap live streaming, and he mentioned the A5100, and then the price literally doubled overnight. Stupid influencers. Yeah, anyways. All right. Let's see. Everybody's trying to make a deal with Celis. Awesome, man. Also, if you're looking for used goggles, head up to FPV Exchange. FPV Exchange. It is a repository for. It's like the amalgamation of Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist all together, and Amazon. Awesome page. Definitely sign up for it. The guy, Nevin, who runs it, also goes by Xenakis on Discords. Super awesome guy. Huge help to the community. Always helping people out. Does giveaways. All sorts of crazy stuff like that. All right. Let's see. We got 10 people in the giveaway for the toolkit. Yeah, the beta. Yeah, get rid of SpeedyB. Go with Betaflight, but you do have to sideload it. It's not in the App Store. You have to download it from. Let's see. Gotta try finding it. Where's it at? Oh, it's always so hard to find where the stupid Betaflight stuff is. Or BL Heli. Wait, what are we talking about? No, we're talking about Betaflight, not BL Heli. Yeah, just search for it. It's you gotta sideload it. It's not in the App Store. SpeedyB started charging, started doing ads unless you bought like the premium, and they wouldn't work on release candidate firmware unless you paid for it. But the actual Betaflight Android app works just fine. Yeah, there you go. Brand McNeese, you got it. The Power Matty, hard. Yeah, it was hard. I needed more time to practice. I had Friday afternoon. Like I said, I started a new work shift. I'm trying to figure out how to make my life work with. I work like 8 to 2, usually 8 to 4 in the morning. But my normal day life, that thing right there, she's still on an AM schedule, so they wake me up and I can't nap. It's just the way it is. So Friday afternoon I had time to sit down with, I think 8 packs. 10's the best I could do. It was difficult to say the least. But I got a video in. I got a feeling a lot of people won't even do a video. We'll see. Postage costs more than the toolkit. Yeah, it might. Depends on where you're at. If you're outside of the US, it might be more. But the TS, or if you just want like the TS80, I'll just send you that and make it a lot cheaper. The SpeedyB app needs the speed to be wireless adapter, correct? If you're on iOS or an iOS device, you have to use the SpeedyB adapter. iOS does not do on the go. They don't do on the go. They don't release the stuff to be able to make software to work through the port on the phone. Android, you got to have an on the go cable or an adapter, and that's all you need. Hence why I stick with Android for reasons like that and a lot of other stuff. Tony Hernandez, if you're having issues, it might just have to do with the cable you have. Not all the OTG cables work well, and some of them you have to flip the other way around. Like there's a host side and then a not host side. It'll work over USB as well and Bluetooth if you have a Bluetooth enabled flight controller. There are a lot more of them coming out like that. Cutoff was 5 flips loops. Well, I am at 10. Are you saying 5 each direction? 5 each direction or 5 total? Dauntless. I feel bad. I'm sponsoring the iGao 3 thing, but I don't ever watch the live streams. I just don't have the time for that. I really wish there was like some super patron out there that would go and timestamp all of those, all of the iGao entries, like do them by alphabetical order, not by order which they were entered, and then just say like, minute 10 to 20 is pilots A through F. Like that would be great, but it's just hard. Total. Woo! I've got one letter just because I didn't submit a video while I was on vacation. Instead, I flew around and crashed my whoop into a couple kids. They were asking for it. They wanted me to chase. Like they always want me to chase them with the whoops. I'm like, if I hit you, it might hurt. It might not hurt. The little boy, he got a little cut on his arm. I told him, suck it up, Buttercup, keep running. I ran into my daughter. The thing I'm really trying not to do is run into her hair, because any excuse she can get to grab the scissors and just start snipping away, she's gonna do it. She's done it before. Scott asks, Brandon McBean, so can I use the Betaflight SpeedyB app and just plug OTG into my phone? Yes, if you're on Android. No, if you're on iOS. Definitely try the Betaflight. I stopped using SpeedyB and went to the Betaflight one. SpeedyB, they've gotten a little big for their britches. If I got needs vid work. Thank you so much for the offer. Yeah, someone timestamping it would be huge, because I mean, hey, the heat warning went away. That's awesome. I'm okay. I feel better now. Like that was eating away at me trying to figure out what the hell was going on. So that's better. Sorry guys, little accomplishments in life. That's all I'm going for. Just baby steps at this point. Yeah, that would be huge. Like I always said, all roads lead to narcissism, and I kind of want to see what they say about my video. Do you really want to sit around and watch everybody's? There are some, like when I post to Reddit, I'll see like what the top upvoted, like the top upvoted 4 or 5 videos are. I watch them, I'm like, damn it, I suck. These guys are really good. The control some of these guys have over a micro in a house in a small area is just unreal. Like I'm looking at the video like, this can't be possible. They got to be cheating, like speeding it up. Like there's just no way. Do they have the quad on a stick and they're flipping like just mind blowing. But I'm getting older, and I know my hand-eye coordination, the twitch skills are not there like they used to be. I think if I still gamed like I used to, it'd be better. But I don't game anymore. I went 5 years without not having internet, so my FPS gaming life ended there. Baby steps like my alarm battery. I swear. Every one of your videos, I just hear a little chirp in the background. It completely pulls me out of the video. I'm like, oh, that's a smoke detector. Some of the pilots are unreal. Yeah, I love watching it. So here's a question. The skill gap between the average whoop pilot and the top whoop pilot, bigger or smaller than the average 5-inch acro pilot and the best 5-inch acro pilot? Let's say Steel's probably the bar for at least the best well-known acro pilot. What do you think? Which one do you think has a bigger chasm between the skill levels? Micro, like whoops, or 5-inch? All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna unplug this fan and plug my stream deck back in. BRB, you can watch the Doge cam. Wait, she moved. Never mind. Yeah. I don't know why she moved, but she moved. There we go. There she is. She's a super sweet dog. She's some sort of pit mix my wife picked up on Christmas, so we named her Mary, or she named her Mary, and she's been great. We tried to rehome her in the beginning, but let's face it, nobody wants a pit mix, especially a stray. But she's scary looking, but she's just the dumbest, most gentle dog I've ever had. But she's afraid of her own shadow. She's a good girl. And then Sweetie, or the other one, she's a feist. I think she went upstairs to go sit in my chair, which she does. I think they call her a plot hound is kind of like what they define her as, and I think that's just to get around homeowners associations saying no pit mixes. So I think they call her a plot hound. She's stupid, just dumber than a box of rocks. But she's super scared of everything. She's terrified of me. She's probably had a rough life at some point, but she is very afraid of me. But like she'll be afraid, and then she'll like come up and like lay on top of me and just roll around and want to be loved on. But then I stand up and she flips the frick out and like runs into walls and doors trying to get away. I don't get it. There's something wrong up in that brain box of hers. It's sad. It really is. But when we picked her up, she was all distended. Like she had a litter of puppies. Her teeth are ground down to nubs. Like I don't know. I think she's had a pretty rough life, especially if you kind of know where I live. It would kind of make sense. Oh, all right. Back to the chat. Some of the pilots are... Dog got bored. Left the stream. Yeah. There's some guy flying 2S on 65mm whoop inside, and it was in freaking sane. Yeah. You could... I don't know. I've tried it. I think unless you've got the skills to handle the 2S power on a 65 inside to make it look cool, I'd say 1S. If you're going to fly outside 65mm, 2S is good, but if you're flying outside, I would say go 75mm. It'll be better at rejecting small gusts and things like that outside. Brandon McPean says it's whoops. I tend to agree that it's whoops. I think the development for 5-inch and the performance of a 5-inch lends itself to being better, faster, easier than having to work around the constraints of having low power, low flight time. And like if my AC kicks on, this thing performs completely different. Like this last iGow challenge, I considered doing it outside, but I can't control the environment, so I did it inside. Yes, the ceilings are low, and there's stuff everywhere, but I'm not dealing with outside influences like wind and landing on grass. Like if I tap my floor, I can turtle mode and get up. If I tap the grass, it just sucks the quad in. So it's always a give and take. Yeah, I can fly. Yeah, Celis, that's an excellent point. Progressing 5-inch, you need to go somewhere. This, I can fly anywhere, basically. I'm going to fly in the bathroom. I haven't done it. Yeah, 2S inside is a bit crazy. I had a beta FPV quad with an HD camera that was on 2S. I didn't like it. Oh, Mike Bergen for outside flying whoops. Oh, yeah. 2S is awesome, but I would go 75 millimeter instead of 65. So the closest I've had to like an enjoyable acro experience outside, like really doing whatever it is you want, is this thing here. This is get a Mobula 6 with a 25,000 kV motors on it, slap a Meteor 65 frame on it, and buy some good batteries, and you will be shocked at what you can pull off outside doing acro with this little guy. Yes, you don't have the weight and the momentum to like pop up and like drift over things, but the control you have is pretty impressive. If you fly in the bathroom closet, dang toilet person. Close it. Yeah. Scott says he has a pit mix, and it's the smartest dog I've ever owned. Yep, I have a pit mix. Well, I think she's a mix. I don't know. And she's literally the dumbest dog I've ever owned. Dumb as hell. I really want to explore the UZ65 platform a bit more. Can't find 2S board without modification. Yeah, the UZ65, that was an interesting concept. Bigger props, same size wheelbase, but it does have that specialized frame or specialized FC where it actually had the FC contoured to the ducts. Awesome idea, but yeah, there's a very limited set of hardware you can get for that thing. Anybody who just joined the stream, which is probably nobody, get entered to win a tool set and a TS80 soldering iron in here. No super chat this week. Just doing a straight up giveaway. If you want to send a super chat, that's always appreciated. I never turn that down. But you got to pay for shipping, so keep that in mind if you're outside of the U.S. Or if you just want the soldering iron, I can pack that up and send it to you as well. It's completely up to you. I can care less. So anyways, what other stuff I got going on? I don't know, like I came back from vacation, there's just boxes of parts. I don't remember what any of this stuff is, where it came from. Let's see what I got here. 2.4 nano, oh, from Namimno? 2.4 ELRS boards. I think these are in a crossfire layout. Yes, they are. Right there. Can you see that? No, you can't because... There you go. So I've been buying a lot of the Happy Model EP series ELRS receivers. Those are the tiny little fingernail-sized receivers for like the micros, the 65 millimeter quads. Sorry if that bag noise is annoying. Sorry about that. I've been using those on like super light builds. And then any of the larger builds, like 3-inch, 5-inch, or if the flight controller or like the VTX board has provisions for mounting a crossfire receiver, crossfire tracer, I use the larger receivers because the pinout is exactly the same. They integrate into those boards perfectly. So that's the awesome thing about ELRS is it's open source. Like a bunch of companies are making a bunch of different receivers and transmitters that all kind of work together, and it is fantastic. Brandon McKinsey, I don't own a 5-inch, but tune my buddy's 5-inch quad often. They fly faster and heavier and cleaner 3-inch builds. Mine prefer smaller for me as I don't have to work as hard to find spots. That is probably the biggest advantage of the 3-inch. I gotta say, I built this Ripsqueak, and this is probably my favorite 3-inch frame right now. Is the BQE Ripsqueak. Awesome little frame. I have a Hawk Sport up for trade for us. Used 3 times. Andy Taylor, hit me up on Discord. If you don't have a link to my Discord, you can get it there. Or my email's in there as well. Let me know. Let me know what you got. You may have Darbells. Beaten FUV knowledge, dude. We need more to know about you, dude. I've been talking a lot about myself over on Discord. I usually leave the personal details for the patron section. You can scroll back through there if you want. I just don't want to do it on the YouTube thing, but we can talk over on Discord. Are all the ELRS modules receivers performing near the same, or which are best to buy? The receivers, from what I'm like, obviously the ones with the ceramic antennas and the ones with an actual T antenna are going to perform completely different from each other. You're going to get better range with an antenna. The transmitters, you can either get a DIY one, which I do sell those over on my website, tweetfu.com. You can do a DIY TX, and I'm talking 2.4. I haven't messed with the 900 because I don't care about 900 really. But you can get a DIY 2.4, which is a great platform. Happy Model, or not Happy Model, but Beta FPV does make a 2.4 transmitter. The first batch had a few little issues. It was kind of random. Basically, they forgot a resistor that needed to be in line with one of the pins. But they made the platform. The build quality is really, really nice. Has a heat sink on it, so it does do the whole 500 milliwatts. They make a good one. Happy Model makes a good one too. Honestly, nobody makes a bad one. I guess if I was going to have to rate as something as bad, I would say the Beta FPV ones, but supposedly they fixed the issues. So if they fixed the issues, I would go with Beta FPV, but you also have to figure out the right form factor. Do you want the slim module or the full size JR Bay? Which is really cool about the DIY models is this is the entire RF platform. Damn it. This is all of the RF platform right here. It's just this one board with ESP32 and the LoRa module. This can go into a 3D printed case that is full JR sized or slim sized. Same transmitter module, same board, everything. Just the casing that's in is different. So that's really cool. Andy Taylor, give me the link. Give me the link. What are we talking about? Had to get the Happy Model because Beta FPV was out of stock, and I got the Beta FPV receiver. Speedy Turtle's got to head out of here. Thanks for sticking around, Speedy. I'll catch you next time. And if anybody wants to get info on the Speedy Cares package, or you just want to support Speedy Turtle because he's an awesome guy and awesome in this community, head over to his Discord and his Patreon site and see what's up. Spread the love. Beta FPV RX is better for long range since it has telemetry amp. we got some receivers. What else? Got some motors. What are these? These are Happy Model 2200 kV. What are these things? These must be like the one-piece bell. Happy Model, yeah, one-piece 0802s. Spare parts for the iGao thing, right? Bunch of parts to build up another Patreon giveaway quad. Let's see what last month I gave away I think I gave away a FPV Cycle Glide. Is that what I gave away? I can't remember. Yeah, I gave away the Glide kit. I didn't build that one up. And then I think next month next month or the month after will be this AOS5 that I'm working on over here on the bench. So let's head back over to that and keep working because I don't have to worry about Bardwell. All right. Oh crap! I didn't mean to pick that up. Parts everywhere. All right. I'm gonna grab a vise. Be right back. Still probably one of the best tools I have for this hobby. All right. Get some tools out here. Need a better lighting solution here for my bench cam. Try this. The soldering iron smells like burnt plastic. I feel like my wife was using it. I make 3D printed flower pots for her, and she pokes holes in them with my soldering iron. Sorry, let me drag the chat over here so I can actually see what you guys are saying. Let's see. Gotta head out. Let's see. ARC's better for long as you guys. Have you seen that fractal vise on Thingiverse? Yes, I have. That is super interesting. It is a very interesting little vise. So this T-Motor ESC came with the cap already soldered to it, which is nice, but I'd prefer to do it myself. I can make sure I'm putting it where I want it. And it did come with a pigtail, which is another nice thing. I'm gonna burn myself, and I know it. Gotta be smarter. And that negative side needs a little more love. There we go. Family Guy, what frame is that? This is the Rosser AOS5. Gamma Gonad. I love that. Love that name. Finally caught a stream. Thanks a lot, man. Glad you came. It starts. How you doing? I've got your winnings. You just got to sign up for them. You can scroll back in the chat there. People always talk about soldering fumes. I don't sweat it. They don't bother me. Also, I don't stick my face right over what I'm soldering. So don't worry about it. And that's not lead coming off. When you see the smoke, that's actually just the flux burning off. This flux, if you look at the MSDS for it, it says it could be an irritant, but that's just, yeah, they kind of have to say all that stuff. The AOS5, yeah, so many damn screws. But actually, it's not really any more than any other quad. Bottom plate has 4, top plate has 4. That makes 8. That's pretty normal. Actually, it might be less. I burn myself all the time. I too much crap on workbench. Now I hear you. They sell styrofoam cutters. Basically, heated wire might do the trick instead of your soldering iron. Yeah, except for you just got to do holes through things, and the soldering iron works just fine. Okay, the vise. Everybody wants to know about the vise. This vise is a 3D printed vise. The file is on Thingiverse. Just search for vise. It's probably the first one that comes up. It's yet another 3D printed vise. This one was done a long time ago on a printer that didn't print PETG very well. This is a very good example of a very nice printed one. This is all in PETG, black PETG and orange. It's held together by these pins, and the fixed and the movable jaw plates kind of hold the rest of the frame together. This is the #1 most useful piece of equipment I have on my bench. They work really well. Yes, they do melt a little bit, but I've been using this one for years now, and that's really all the damage to the jaws, and you can replace the jaws too. So the vise is pretty cool. Your car got stolen. Holy shit, that sucks. Only had 3 payments left. Ugh. Well, that's what the dirty deal do to you. Sorry, man. Sorry to hear about that. Hopefully your insurance takes care of you. I know being in a no-fault state, it can get kind of dicey, though. Prusa Vice, yeah, I was going for the Prusa color scheme, the orange and black, and this is actually Prusa Mint PETG. Yeah, what kind of car was it? It starts. All right, so we got our. Yeah, shell soldered up. So again, with the AOS5, it comes with M2 holes for your 20 by 20 stacks. Had to hog those out to M3. I went a little big, unfortunately. I hate M2 hardware. It sucks. (2015) Jeep Grand Cherokee. So it only just started having that that nice Northern Michigan patina on it. Good time to get rid of it. I always, you know, like when I was living in that area, I was like, if you're gonna steal my vehicle, I do not want it back. I don't want them to find it. I don't want them to return this stripped down hunk of garbage back to me. Just get rid of it. But it's sad to hear. All right, I can't do this when I'm not looking down on it. Hey, Brandon Baked Beans, have you seen any black box logs from an AOS5 yet? I don't like having the ESC and the flight control up in the front. It just doesn't feel right. I don't like the wire management isn't ideal to me. But he has lots of reasons behind everything why it is the way it is. I don't know if I want to run the front motor wires like that, or if I want to run them down the arm and in. I don't know. What do you guys think? See, Dallas, have a good one, man. Dallas has been doing some really neat things on a wing. He's got a tarsier with a FC attached to it and running gyro flow, and he's got it on a gimbal, just a one-axis gimbal, and the results are actually pretty impressive. Stabilized footage from a wing. It starts. That's awesome. I guess the AOS5 looks harder to work on, but it is harder to work on. Just the fact that your stack isn't centrally located does make it a bit more difficult, or maybe just a little less traditional. I kind of wish I would have bought the AOS 5.5, but I don't think it was a thing when I bought this one. Brandon Baked Beans challenging Rick for the longest stream title ever. No, I'm going to put analog in this one. I want to put a Vista in it, but this will end up being a Patreon giveaway quad, and probably in a month or two. So stick around for that if you're a patron. All right, so it's about noon here. I need to call my daughter back and talk to her. If you haven't gotten in for the giveaway, go ahead and hit up that link. It's not a Super Chat giveaway, but if you want to send a Super Chat, that's greatly appreciated. It's a toolkit and a TS80 soldering iron. Y'all have to cover shipping, but like if you just want the iron, I'll just send the iron. So entire toolkit and a TS80. It's a USB-C powered soldering iron. This is a excellent soldering iron. And if you're an Android person, then you probably have USB-C all over the place. Because USB-C is superior to everything else. Because I say so. I'll give you guys about another minute to get that in. We'll spin the wheel and we'll put a fork in this guy and call it a day. Shipping is the story of my life. Yeah, shipping sucks. Sorry, shoe came untied. I picked up one of those 1S baby Nazguls. Really interesting little quad. Right here, one of these little... God, iFlight has the worst website. There you go. Little 1S baby Nazgul. It didn't come with these bi-blade props. I really wish it did. It came with tri-blades. Super light. It flies really well, but damn, the flight times are short. Really, really short. Like minute and a half. But it's a really good setup. The way the LiPo connects to it, you know, LiPo has this nice little TPU mount. The plug in the back doesn't stick out like this. It actually has like a mount in the back that you plug. No, actually it does do that. I was thinking of something else. Really tasteful TPU parts. They didn't make it drip in TPU. Flies really nice. Real nice little quad. Would I buy it again? Probably not. But anyways, it's good spare parts. Like when I buy quads, I'm looking at it going, is it going to be nice the way it is? It'd be fun. But can I repurpose it for something else? So, yeah. It could easily be repurposed for something else. But I'll be honest, I'll probably just give it away to one of you guys. I hate selling quads and FPV stuff, so I always give it away. Yeah, I got the 63 mil. I didn't realize there was a difference when I bought it. It sucks that like the first picture you get is the... I guess that's probably the 73 mil. But, oh, whatever. Six-minute flight times with the bi-blades. I wonder if I can fit the 73s on the one that I have. It's probably a different frame. And Nick Burns always has good videos on the micros. I am interested in the Flywoo. This one. This is the one I'm actually really interested in. Is this one here. Of course, an ELRS, but I think this is using like the 450 milliamp 1S batteries. It sucks that everybody's still using PH 2.0. Bardwell's on. I thought he wasn't streaming today. All right. Okay, let's spin the wheel for this thing. Giveaway time. Let's see, 18 responses. Close it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There's the wheel names. There's the wheel names. All right. There we go. Everybody's in there. And good luck. Baby Nano. Yeah, the naming is awful in these things. The Baby Nano Max Adult Minor Micro. I don't have a 3D printer. How can I get advice? Hit me up and I'll see if I can. And I'll talk. We'll talk. I could probably get you one. I think it's gonna be Brian. Or or is it going to be Rob Logan Jr.? Brian, congratulations. Also the latest or the newest member of my Patreon. Congratulations, Brian. I got your information, or just hit me up, tweetfb.com. Yeah, Rob Logan Jr., so close. So close. Hey, at least it wasn't It Starts. Right? Am I right, guys? Was he even on here? I don't know if he was on here. I can't see. Congratulations, Gamma Gonad. You win. Now you can't say I never win, because you do. Yeah. Hit me up, tweetfb.com, and give me your information. I have it, obviously, because of the entry form. If anybody wants to support me in any way they want, affiliate links, Discord, Patreon. Remember, guys, if you're a patron, or if you're a patron, the giveaway I'm doing this month is for an hour of flight training / PID tuning, life advice, mental health, whatever you want, from Aaron Ciotti, Ciotti FEV. He's a really good guy, very talented pilot, very good with micros, also 5-inch, but like micros is kind of his thing. Giving away a 1 hour block, also a brushed newbie drone kit thing. But you got to submit a video to my Discord. And I don't think anybody has submitted anything to that yet. Let's see. Nope. Nobody submitted anything. What's wrong with you people? Oh, awesome. Thanks for the AOS5 and a half. Black box data there. Appreciate it. But yeah, anyways. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. I need to get back to this. I got some stuff I got to work on, and I think I'm going to get out and fly. It's actually looking pretty nice. It's finally not raining here, so I'm going to do that. Game of GoNet, I was confused by what you're wanting us to submit. Probably just didn't read it really well. It's possible that my conveyance of things through the typage didn't not work very much well. That made me confused. Okay, so here's the requirements. Enter anything. Flight video, you can just talk to the camera, tell us why you want it. Little backstory, something, and it's just going to be something to just pick somebody out of the crowd with. I've done entry-style giveaways before where you had to submit, like, your worst crash, things like that, and I find that the participation is very, very piss poor. Like nobody wants to enter, but the threshold is very, very low, and I'm not separating this from other tiers. Everybody who's patron gets in on this, but I'll be doing that. The entry will close on the 30th of this month, and I'll probably do the giveaway on the 3rd. So yeah, and hope that makes sense for everybody. But an hour of actual flight training with somebody who is experienced in doing flight training, I think can go a very long way. So get your info in there. All right, folks. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you all for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. This is the highlight of my week, is to do this live stream and stuff with you guys. And as always, stay positive. See you next time.